Howe now has entered the playoffs for the third straight season under head coach Jay Forsyth. The Bowtie Boys, with a 56-52 win over Raines Tuesday, gave the Dogs their third straight by-district title. Howe just missed the playoffs in Forsyth's first season on a last-second shot by Aaron Pitt of Whitewright.
0 second, a long heave.
He made it! He made it!
Whitewright! I don't believe what I just saw! He shot it from half court, and it went off the glass and in! Whitewright celebrates! I do not believe this! I cannot believe this!
But the Bulldogs have had some exciting moments in the last few years to overcome that heartache.
Haley for three! It's good! He nailed it! He nailed it at the buzzer! Haley nailed it at the buzzer! Haley nailed it at the buzzer!
I mean, it was just like we drew it up, all right?
That's your ball game. Howe has won a gold basketball for the first time in 17 years. Off the glass, it's good! He ties the game with 3.14 remaining. Jacob Campbell.
Wow.
We are headed to overtime in Greenville, Texas. Hallelujah, holy cow. Offensive rebound, puts it back up. Cooper Jones. And Howe, your Bulldogs are by-district champions over Prairie Land again for back-to-back years. Jacob Campbell turns to the Prairie Land crowd and takes a bow.
Tonight, the Dogs try and take down the Madison Trojans, who eliminated them in the same game 2 years ago. It's Howe and Madison, and it's basketball time in Texas.
The following is a product of Studio 42.
Well, it's basketball night in Texas.
On the Howe Enterprise Sports Webcast from HoweEnterprise.com. This is Howe Bulldogs basketball.
Pass to Dunkahoo! Woo! Slams it home!
Howe Bulldogs basketball is brought to you by Scoggins Funeral Home, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, Independent Financial, GCEC, Sonic of Howe.
Rebounded by Seth Montgomery, who puts it back up. Shot by Campbell for three, and he drills it from the left wing. Soup's getting hot. Soup's getting hot.
Also brought to you by Corey Hernandez State Farm, Brother Plumber, Attorney Micah Belden, Hit, Roof and Exteriors, Michelle Carney Photography.
And talk about bucket. Jacob Campbell drills it again. I think the soup just boiled over.
Also brought to you by Howe Athletic Booster Club, TechWave, Knight Furniture, Ed Meacham State Farm, the Llama Realty Group.
Nice pass to Donahue, and it's Dunkahoo again.
Also brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, Texoma Land and Home Realty Team, Rapid Electric. Now with the call of the game, Dogs, Monty Walker.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Denton Geyers, John Geyer High School, widely known as Denton Geyer. It's a long way over here. We didn't touch 380, thank goodness, because that is a disaster. We went all the way 121 and backtracked on 35. Long way over here, but expecting a good area championship game. Howe with 3 years in a row in the area championship. When head coach Jay Forsyth arrived in Howe, they had not won a basketball playoff game in 17 previous seasons. And here he is, and here are the Bulldogs. Tonight, the starting lineups we presume for Howe will be Parker Donahue, a junior, leads the team with offensive rebounds in that category of 2.3. And Noah Riley leads the team in overall rebounds at 7.9. Jacob Campbell, who leads the team in points, 22.4 average per game. And we also expect starters Anthony Lauder and Caleb Taylor. Anthony Lauder hit the big three-pointer Tuesday night to even get us here. It looked like they were in deep trouble against Raines in the by-district round. Loss appeared to be on the horizon, but Anthony Lauder hit that big three-pointer, and congratulations from all after the game, and big hugs all around for Mr. Lauder. Now for Dallas Madison, this is the team that knocked Howe out of the playoffs 2 years ago when they were ranked first in state. They are not that type of team right now as they were 2 years ago, but still very, very good. Matter of fact, Madison is 19-11 overall. They went 11-1 in district play. Howe 20-9, by the way. So a good season by the Bulldogs. We expect Devontae Morgan Collins to be a starter. He averages 13.2 points per game. Kalen Cade averages 10.9. Garen Chester averages 5 offensive and 5.8 rebounds per game. And also Brandon Reese, 6'4". He's a senior. He averages 10.5 points per game and 5.6 rebounds per game. We had a chance earlier to talk to head coach Jay Forsyth in the locker room about this upcoming matchup and about his time in Howe. And we'll listen to that.
Coach, a third straight by district championship, back to back to back. I mean, when you got here, Howe hadn't even won a playoff game in 17 years. It's got to be rewarding for you.
It is. All credit goes to these guys, though. They've bought into a system that was foreign to them and learned how to play basketball the way that I teach it, but they bought into the system, and so that's really the biggest thing is to be excited for is to see a bunch of guys who trusted a North Carolina guy who taught something different than they ever grew up learning. They bought into it, and look what we've done over the past 3 or 4 years.
So talking about that style of basketball, it's kind of foreign, as you mentioned, but it's a little different this year, a little bit more fast-paced. Talk about that.
It's just a little bit more fast-paced. I mean, that's all it is. It's we push when we can, and when we don't, we still run our stuff. So it's not really any different. I mean, it's different than what we've done here the past few years, but in North Carolina, we average in the 60s and 70s every game, and we ran the same system. So it's just, this year we have the guys that can do that, and it's been fun to watch them put up some points this year.
Thrilling win on Tuesday night against Raines. What was going through your mind when Anthony hit the big three?
How did that go in? To be honest with you, we went back and watched film, and you'll see the Raines guy tipped it. And I'll be honest with you, if he probably hadn't have tipped it, it wouldn't have changed the rotation of the ball, and it probably would not have went in. So thank you, whoever that Raines kid was, that he changed a little bit of the trajectory of the ball. And man, that was so much fun to watch go in.
Dallas Madison 2 years ago put the halt on your first playoff run. They were a really dominant team, ranked first in state that year. This is a little bit different team. How do you match up?
I think it's going to be a good matchup tonight. I told the guys they're very similar to Raines, a little bit more athletic, probably a little bit faster, but very similar to Raines in the way they're going to play, shoot lots of threes, crash the boards, full court press. So I feel like we just played this game, and so if we can keep up with the speed and get back and box out on the defensive end, I think we have a good shot to be right there at the end.
Anybody back home in Georgia, North Carolina area listening tonight?
I know my wife shot it all out all over social media, so a few people are hitting like and saying we'll be listening in. I've been so busy I haven't looked to see who it is yet, but I'm sure we'll hear from them, and they'll be tuning in. So, hey, back home, North Carolina and Georgia, cheer us on. Hopefully we can hear you screaming from there, and we'll pull us out tonight.
Bow tie tonight?
Of course, always. It's playoff it's playoff time.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you, sir.
We also had a chance moments later to talk to Jacob Campbell. Jacob is a 4-year starter. This could be it for Mr. Campbell, the all-time leading scorer. Comes into tonight's game with 1,638 overall points, second all-time in Howe history. We'll listen to what Mr. Campbell had to say.
Here with 4-year starter Jacob Campbell. Jacob, 1,638 points in your career. You're facing a win or you're done. Have you thought about that?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely been in the back of my mind. I try not to think about it, but I've been playing with the name Howe across my chest the last 12 years, so definitely been running through my mind a lot the last couple of days.
What's been the theme this week from Coach Jay Forsyth?
Rebound, because they like to crash hard, rebound, and try not to let them speed us up because they're a really fast team. They're going to try to play fast. We got to try to slow the game down and yeah, that's really it. Just control the pace of the game.
Is that the key, really? Maybe boxing out, something like that?
Yeah, boxing out, because a lot of their points come from easy stuff like that, getting offensive rebounds.
What's it going to take offensively tonight?
Offensively, it's going to take handling their pressure, because they're going to be all up on us all night. So not making easy turnovers and just getting through our sets and getting the right shots.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And that was Jacob Campbell. Again, a 4-year starter for Howe. He's had a long, illustrious career. For a long time, it was Haley and Campbell, and then Haley went away and Campbell's by himself. Although Cooper Jones has been there for a long time. Jones was on that team. Jones and Campbell were both on the team that were defeated by Madison their sophomore year 2 years ago. So no strangers are Jones and Campbell. We're going to take a quick timeout. Justin White is on his way. He should be here right about tip-off, which looks to be a couple of minutes away. We'll be right back right after this.
Bulldogs basketball is brought to you by Scoggins Funeral Home, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, Independent Financial, GCEC, Sonic of Howe. Also brought to you by Corey Hernandez State Farm, Brother Plumber, Attorney Micah Belden, HIT, Roof and Exteriors, Michelle Carney Photography. Also brought to you by Howe Athletic Booster Club, TechWave, Night Furniture, Ed Meacham State Farm, the Llama Realty Group. Also brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, Texoma Land and Home Realty Team, Rapid Electric.
Welcome back. We are at Geyer High School. Monty Walker along with Malin Walker.
Howdy.
He's going to run the scoreboard tonight. We voluntold him, and we told him, maybe we'd buy dinner afterwards. So, Malin, you're off to college. I know that breaks my heart, but the good thing is that you're not going very far. Tell us where you're going.
Well, I'm actually going to Austin College, so I'm not even going to live in the dorms. I'm going to stay over here. And, yeah, it's going to be nice to just stay at home. I'm a home person. I'm a family person. So it's just, I don't want to move away. I got a good thing going. I got mama's meals every night. Oh, boy, she's a cook. I'll tell you what. So, yeah, I ain't going nowhere. I got to figure it out.
So, you like the small campus atmosphere, right?
Yes, we're at Denton right now, and man, it's bigger than any campus I've ever been to. I don't know what to do with myself over here. It took me like 5 minutes to find the bathroom.
Yeah, that definitely your Austin College experience will be a smaller campus than this. Malin will be keeping the scoreboard tonight, as we mentioned. Justin White is on his way. Ought to be a good basketball game tonight. Looks like about 6 minutes and 13 seconds till kickoff. Still football for me. Tip-off tonight, and that ought to be an interesting one in itself with Parker Dunkahoo, who can really sky. I understand, Malin, you're pretty good friends with Parker.
I am.
What kind of individual is Parker Dunkahoo?
He's one of the best people I've ever met. He's very religious, he keeps to his morals. To himself, he's not very. He's gonna step up for what's right, and that's what I really admire about him the most. He's not only a good basketball player, but he's an even better person.
So he's probably a good guy to have in the locker room.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, so it's Howe and Dallas Madison. We're gonna take another quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
Howe Bulldogs basketball is brought to you by Scoggins Funeral Home, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, Independent Financial, GCEC, Sonic of Howe. Also brought to you by Corey Hernandez State Farm, Brother Plumber, Attorney Micah Belden, HIT, Roof and Exteriors, Michelle Carney Photography. Also brought to you by Howe Athletic Booster Club, TechWave, Night Furniture, Ed Meacham State Farm, the Llama Realty Group. Also brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, Texoma Land and Home Realty Team, Rapid Electric.
Well, I think what you're going to see tonight is Dallas Madison trying to out-athlete Howe. These two teams are about as different as you can imagine, down to the shoes and everything. Howe is going to try to slow it down and try to bring this game to an absolute halt, whereas Dallas Madison is going to try to burn the floor and leave fire everywhere. It's going to be a track meet if Dallas Madison has their way about it, and it's going to be a kind of a slot T offense if Howe has their way about it. Because Howe, athlete to athlete, can't match up. It's just that simple. And I don't think anyone on the floor wearing the black and white would argue that. Madison has just a lot of kids that can fly around. So the last time these two teams matched up in 2022, it was a 15-point lead for Madison immediately. And I remember Justin and I looked at each other and thought that it felt like a 30-point lead, when in fact it was 15. It was that wild of a start for Madison. And of course it ended up being a kind of a thrashing, because that was a great basketball team. This one, I don't know if I would put the great moniker to them just yet, but they are a very good basketball team. Matter of fact, Dallas Madison started out the season with 6 straight losses, but guess who they lost to? Class 4A Dunbar, who's in the playoffs. They were the runner-up. Class 5A Woodrow Wilson, they're the number 4 seed in the playoffs. Class 5A, they lost to 4A Decatur, who's the 3 seed in their district. They lost to Big Time Prep Academy, which is a TCAL 6A school, and they're in the number 2 seed. They lost to Silsbee in 4A, who are the district champions and are 24-9 currently. And that Silsbee team beat Dallas Madison by 30. And then in overtime, Madison lost to Heights. That's a 6A school. They're a 4 seed in the playoffs. Other than that, you don't have very many losses. The losses came to University, a 5A school. They're 28-6 and runner-up in the district. They lost to Bishop Lynch, a 6A TAP school. They lost to Cedar Hill, a 6A school, who's 21-14 and in the playoffs. And they lost to Crowley, a 6A school, who's 11-19, and they lost their only district game to Live Oak Cliff, and they barely lost that one, 69-66. By the way, Live Oak Cliff is the 3rd seed in the playoffs with a 24-11 record. Justin White is here. He's made it. Got off the highway. By the way, Justin White, Malin Walker. Malin Walker,
hey,
Justin
heard a
White.
lot about you, man.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Love your play.
Thank you.
So, Justin, how was the drive over?
Oh, man, I got up on 2 wheels coming into the parking lot here, and I hope I didn't surprised I didn't get a ticket on the way flying through here, but I'm here. I made it.
It's a long way off of 35,
it really
too.
is.
This is the first time I've ever been here.
I know. It's off the beaten path here a little bit, off 35, yeah.
So if anybody's wondering about my voice, yes, it's a little bit shaky. I had a sinus infection last week. Matter of fact, I was really sick early in the week. Started to get my voice back about midway through last week, and obviously I don't have it fully back yet, so it's going to crack and pop a little bit. I think we're just about ready for our national anthem. And with that, Justin White, it is basketball time in Texas.
Yeah, looking forward to this. Howe had an exciting win last week. Madison is a big-time opponent, so this ought to be a good game. Looking forward to it.
I can tell you were a little amped up because during the national anthem, you were swaying side to side like the Super Bowl guys when they're lined up on the sideline.
Yeah.
There's so much. Maybe it's from the drive over.
I think it's the adrenaline still flowing.
So they're giving the starters right now for Howe. Caleb Taylor.
Junior guard number 11, Anthony Lauder.
Lauder hit the big three-pointer on Tuesday night to even get them here.
A power forward number 14, Parker Dunwahoo.
They called him Dunwahoo. It's Dunahoo, but we call him Dunkahoo.
Man, Dunwahoo. How do you get that out of Dunahoo?
Noah Riley also introduced, as well as Jacob Campbell earlier.
The head coach is Jay Forsyth.
Jay Forsyth introduced as the head coach. It's a brown bow tie tonight, if anybody's wondering, wearing a brown bow tie.
And now, the starting lineup for your Madison High School Trojans.
So the Trojans about to be introduced.
A senior at 6'1", number 3, Kalen Cade.
Kalen Cade, the starter tonight, averaging 10.9 points per game. Keenan Lawson, the starter tonight, averaging 3.7 points per game.
Senior guard number 10, Jaron Chester.
Garen Chester, 6'2". He averages 5 and 5.8.
Number 11, Philip Thomas.
Philip Thomas, the second, 6'1". He averages 10 points a game, 3.2 rebounds per game. And Brandon Reese is 6'4". He's going to be matched up with Parker Dunahoo, I would imagine. He averages 10.5 points per game and 5.6 rebounds per game. The head coach for Dallas Madison is Tracy Flintroy. And the teams are making their way out to center court. Parker Dunahoo will get the honors, as always, for the Howe Bulldogs to tip this one off. And, of course, it will be against Brandon Reese. I believe, no, it will not. It will be against Garen Chester. Chester not quite as tall as Reese, but apparently must have quite a vertical.
So it must be one of the better jumpers on the team.
Howe in black tonight. Black shorts, black jerseys. Dunahoo has a black T-shirt underneath his jersey. Everyone else, short sleeves. Madison in all white with green numbers outlined in gold. Jacob Campbell wearing the light pink shoes tonight, same as he wore Tuesday night against Rains. He really has two pairs of shoes that he likes to wear. Wearing the light pink tonight. They look like they might have been bright red at one time and washed them with a bunch of white laundry.
Right. A couple of the officials were having a little conference right about half court, and then one of them came to the scorer's table and mentioned something, and they're still trying to get something squared away, and I'm not sure what it is.
Again, Malin Walker doing the scoring tonight for us at our scorer's table.
Yes.
Justin, by the way, I promised him dinner, so after the game, if you want to join us, you're more than welcome.
Okay, great.
I don't know where we're going. I'll let y'all decide.
Okay. Yeah, I listened on the way. He was voluntold, is what it was.
Well, that's what he told somebody else. I asked him, he said, if you absolutely necessarily have to have me. And a day later, I said exactly that. Rebound controlled by Howe into the arms of Noah Riley. Now Jacob Campbell. A pass down to Caleb Taylor, and it's knocked away out of bounds by Keatron Phillips. I didn't realize Phillips was in the starting lineup.
I didn't either.
I don't think he was introduced. He's on the bench. How did that happen?
He just come out. He must have just came out.
Inbound. Taylor underneath to Campbell. There's your first points of the game. Make it 1,640 points for Jacob Campbell.
Campbell muscled his way up there in the post.
Long three from the corner. That one is good. Philip Thomas. And Madison takes the first lead of the night for the Trojans. They do press Howe. Here comes Campbell down the court. Crosses midcourt. Being guarded tightly. Now in the corner, Caleb Taylor. Ball almost got away from him. He dribbles out. Now Louder in the corner. Up top, Jacob Campbell. Left-handed dribbling to the bucket. Pulls it up. Jumper off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Noah Riley, but a foul is called. It's going to be on Noah Riley.
Foul call by 22.
Like basically,
Riley.
they're calling a push, but it's basically over the back on Noah Riley trying to get that rebound.
3-2. Madison in the lead, 7:19 left to go here in the first. Bringing it down the court is Lawson. Setting the screen is Reese on Taylor. Now up top, Kalen Dade's going to shoot the three from the top of the arc. That one is good. 6-2, Madison on top early. 7 exactly on the clock. Campbell dribbles it down, really uncontested by Kalen Dade. Between his legs, dribbling left-handed, middle of the lane, jumper up, that's good. 6-4, Madison over Campbell. A bounce pass, right wing, now back up top to Lawson. Lawson looking at Reese at the high post and sends him down to the box. Guarded by Taylor, bumped by Taylor, no foul call. And now Cade will walk it up. One-on-one against Campbell. Shoots the elbow shot off the back of the rim. No good, but rebounded by Reese and put back up. A great offensive rebound. Coach Jay Forsyth hammered home about boxing out. And now a long pass by Campbell is stolen by Reese. Here goes Madison the other way. Quickly is Lawson, and he'll shoot it back out to Cade. Guarded by Campbell. He brings it out very high, top of the key. Left-handed dribbling. Top of the free throw line, a long three for Phillip Thomas, and a long rebound for Noah Riley. Into the arms of Campbell, crosses midcourt. Cade on defense, and now here's Campbell, middle of the lane, jumper at the free throw line, no good, but rebounded by Taylor. He throws an errant pass, but Howe recovers underneath the Taylor, trying to get up, blocked away by Reese, no foul call. Howe wants a foul call, didn't get it. Reese from one side to the other. The elbow jumper off the side of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Donahue. Into the arms of Campbell, guarded tightly by Lawson. Campbell gets across the line, dribbling left-handed, a lot of contact. It's going to be a foul called on Lawson. As really Jacob Campbell just ran right over him.
Lawson is trying to guard him tight and put his shoulder into him and try to create some space. Luckily, I thought maybe an offensive foul on Campbell, but it was on Lawson that time.
Substitution.
Bulldogs have got to be strong with the ball when they got it, especially even putting up shots. Louder got fouled, I thought, but if he could have gone stronger to maybe made a better argument to get a foul.
Taylor to inbound, looking for somewhere to go, all covered up. A bounce pass into Campbell is knocked away by Devontae Morgan Collins, who's into the game. Campbell now on the inbounds, which is clean. A pass in the corner, Anthony Louder, bounce pass underneath to Taylor, has it wrapped up, got to get out of there, and it's going to be against Howe. What is the call there?
I couldn't see.
Trojans.
I didn't see.
He was in the paint for a long time, but I'm not sure that was the call. 4:55 on the clock, first quarter. Cade at the top, guarded by Campbell. Dribbles right-handed toward the right wing and then backs up. Looking for a pick on Campbell. There goes Cade. Right elbow, jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Campbell. He's out in front of several, but he's going to pull up. Guarded by Morgan Collins. Makes a move with a pick by Donahue. To the bucket, up, and it is going to be a foul call against Madison's Garen Chester, who averages 5 points and 5.8 rebounds per game.
That's his first.
I like the aggressive by Jacob Campbell. He got to the basket, pump fake, waited for his man to go up, and then drew the foul and goes to the line. He's a good free throw shooter, too.
2 shots for Campbell. First one is good. Cooper Jones into the game for Howe as Noah Riley checks out. Campbell's second shot makes it 8-6. 4:24 on the clock, and here goes Madison quickly down the court. Cade is going to dribble and try to penetrate the lane, is backed off by Campbell. Right elbow, Reese turning, looking for the jumper. Now he wants to pass it. It's got Cade. Free throw line, kicks it out to the corner. Three-pointer off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Campbell. Here he goes. 4:04 on the clock. He's going to pull up as Cade stops him. But he steals it away from Campbell. Here goes Cade all alone with Donahue behind him. It's an easy layup. Very smart by Donahue there not to draw the foul. Trying to press Howe into Donahue, back to Campbell. And now Madison retreats. And everybody for Howe is across the line with 3:40 left to go in the first. It's a 10-6 game. Madison on top. Campbell left wing. Driving and now cut off. Ball gets away. Pass inside to Donahue. Tries to go up. There's no way there's not a foul called there. The shot is missed and rebounded by Madison. However, Anthony Lauder into the game makes the steal on the long pass. Campbell dribbles behind his back after he was double teamed. Down to Cooper Jones. Above the three-point arc. They're all over Campbell, who's having a hard time controlling it. Cooper Jones goes up for the runner. It's off the glass, and it rolls in. 10-8 Madison.
You can tell right now the officials are going to let him play. So you're going to have to kind of play through contact.
Especially to our left-handed advantage. On the other end, however, they're going to get the foul call against Howe. It seems kind of one-sided at this point. I don't like to make referee comments, but if that's a foul, the other side is a foul as well.
Especially if it went on Donahue. Donahue just got hammered underneath the basket, no call.
Morgan Collins misses his free throw. It remains 12-8 with 2:49 on the clock. Campbell heading left, trying to get to their bucket. A pass to Caleb Taylor. Back out to Campbell as Anthony Lauder still in the game. Here's a reaching foul called against Devontae Morgan Collins. He's 6 foot. Just reached in a little trying to steal the ball. They've been trying to do that to Campbell a lot, who's had a hard time controlling it.
They're trying to make Campbell uncomfortable. He's done a pretty good job protecting it, though, so far.
Taylor looking for somewhere to go, finds Campbell, who races towards him. It's about a 3-foot pass from the out-of-bounds mark on the far side. Jones over to Anthony Lauder, left wing, way off the three-point line. Finds Cooper Jones, thinks about the three, fakes it, throws it into Campbell in the corner. And that one's going to be stolen away. He was trying to find Donahue. Reese all the way to the other end, stumbles, but he does hit the layup. It's 14-8. 2:11 on the clock here in quarter number one. No pressure this time from Madison. As Campbell makes his way across the line, flips the ball to Taylor, inside to Donahue, but he's not really inside. He's at the arc. Campbell double teamed again. A long pass to Anthony Lauder and a quick pass to Taylor. Drives the lane, tries to draw the foul, and it goes off of Reese and out of bounds. No foul call again.
Taylor tried to drive in the paint. Nice jump stop, went up for the shot, and I thought he got fouled too on the hand on the way up, but the officials said they got all ball, knocked it out of bounds.
Noah Riley checks back into the game. Quick pass underneath to Cooper Jones. Puts it up, and he is fouled, and he makes the shot. 3-point opportunity for Jones.
Good job. As soon as the ball was in play, fed it to Jones. Jones with the pump fake, through the contact, got the foul. Chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. Again,
Jones and Campbell were in this game 2 years ago with Madison. Free throw shot is a brick off the side of the left side of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Reese. Going the other way quickly. Trying to hit baseline. Cut off by Taylor. Up top to Cade. Guarded by Campbell. Goes to the top of the arc. Dribbles between his legs. Gets Campbell off his feet and hits the jumper from the right elbow. Quickly into Campbell. It's 16-10 with $1:26 left to go in the first.
Kalen Cade is a really good ball handler.
It was so good that I thought there had to be some kind of call on it. Campbell driving the bucket, left-handed, no good. Rebounded by Noah Riley, puts it off the glass, and that is good. It's a 4-point game with $1:08 left to go in the first. Cade brings it down. We're at the 1 minute mark. Cade goes to the left wing, shoots a three, bottom of the net, 19-12. They shoot very, very well. 53 seconds.
Kalen Cade already has 10 points in the first quarter.
Campbell trying to slow it down. It's stolen from him. It's going to be Morgan Collins with the easy layup to make it 21-12. 40 seconds. It gets away from Campbell again on the inbound. trying to dribble across. He's being double teamed every time he touches the ball. Dribbles behind his back, gets the defenders off of him. Shoots the first three of the night for Campbell off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded for a moment by Madison, but Cooper Jones ends up with it. Long pass to Campbell. Here's another three from Campbell. That one off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Riley in the corner to Anthony Louder, no good. Rebounded by Taylor. He has it stripped away from him by Garen Chester. And with 9 seconds, here goes Madison dribbling out of control is Devontae Morgan Collins, and he's going to be charged with a charge. Anthony Louder picks up his first nose up of the night.
Well, this game is not for the weak. You've got to be strong with the ball, strong rebounding.
There's 5.7 left to go in the first. Madison will press. Taylor to inbound, long pass to Anthony Louder. 4, 3, 2. He's trapped in the corner, can't get away from it, heaves it away. It goes to Riley, but the buzzer had already sounded. Well, Justin White, did you bring your track shoes tonight? Because that's what we're in the middle of.
Yeah, especially Madison is relentless on defense. And really, they showed the press, but not the press that we were used to seeing a couple of years ago. A couple of years ago, I mean, it was just floor to floor, I mean, end to end.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back.
Howe Bulldogs basketball is brought to you by Scoggins Funeral Home, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, Independent Financial, GCEC, Sonic of Howe. Also brought to you by Corey Hernandez State Farm, Brother Plumber, Attorney Micah Belden, HIT, Roof and Exteriors, Michelle Carney Photography. Also brought to you by Howe Athletic Booster Club, TechWave, Knight Furniture, Ed Meacham State Farm, the Llama Realty Group. Also brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, Texoma Land and Home Realty Team, Rapid Electric.
Justin White, what did Jay Forsyth tell his team just right then?
Again, being strong with the ball, calm down. You've got to make crisp passes. And again, they're reaching in, and the officials are going to let them play here. So you got to be strong with with the way you dribble, when you shoot, when you go up for rebounds. They're not going to call ticky-tacky fouls.
Well, they are trying to take Jacob Campbell out of this game.
Absolutely.
They're so athletic that they can afford to double team him almost at any time. Ball gets away from Cade. Campbell steals it. He's going to try to slow it up a little bit. Madison's all over him. Turns around off the glass. It's no good, but he's going to shoot two. He draws the foul.
Finally, Howe able to get a turnover here.
Finally, a foul call.
Yeah, a steal by Campbell.
The foul called on 14, Darius Hooks.
Chance to go to the line and get some points.
Darius Hooks is called for the foul. It's his first, and he's newly into the contest, and Campbell misses the front end. This is a night that you've got to make every free throw, isn't it?
You really are. Campbell's the best free throw shooter on the team, 76%. You're going to need every point you can get.
Second shot, all net. 7:41 on the second period clock. 21-13 our score. Cade will walk it up, loosely guarded by Campbell. Cade's going to pull up the three right behind the arc. Off the glass and good.
Did he call that?
And he just laughs. He puts his head down and smiles about it.
He didn't call that. He didn't call that off the glass.
Campbell being guarded closely. A pass over to Noah Riley, top of the key. He's being guarded tight. He puts the arm bar up for a moment, throws out to Taylor, who has to retreat to get it. A long pass back to Riley. Everybody outside of the paint except for Cooper Jones, and now he rotates outside of the paint. Anthony Louder in the corner, a pass underneath to Noah Riley. Double team there. They quickly double team anybody who has the ball. Campbell all alone by himself, though, however, guarded by, well, it's knocked out of bounds. I paused because his name is spelled Ndayihimbaze. Try that one.
I saw that on the roster early in the week. I thought I want to see the
Ndayihimbaze.
We need Michael Moser for that
one. Oh my goodness. Dankenstater. Noah Riley, top of the key over to Anthony Louder, left wing. Pass to Campbell. Drives the lane, left elbow jumper is off the side of the rim, no good, rebounded. for a moment. Taylor had his hand on it, but it's going to be controlled by Madison. Cade will bring it up top, guarded by Campbell. Right wing going to penetrate the lane is Hooks. Misses the shot. Caleb Taylor comes down with it, and it ends up off the foot of Reese as he stole it away but dribbled it off his foot, and it rolls out of bounds. Howe will retain possession. 6:05 on the clock.
I noticed when Howe screens, they don't switch. They automatically double. When it's involving Campbell, they automatically double team Campbell on the screen.
Full court press by Madison. Taylor inbounds to Campbell. Riley sets a screen momentarily, and Campbell dribbles across the line, flips over to Taylor, looking for somewhere to go. He dribbles towards the bucket. Now he has to find Reese over the top, ties the ball up. Another situation where Reese could have been called for a foul there, but he's going to get the jump ball.
Yeah, put his hands over Taylor and be able to get the possession, but luckily it's down here with Howe still.
Campbell looking for somewhere to go, finds Anthony Lauder in the corner, far side. Campbell switches places with him, drives the lane, puts it up off the front of the rim, no good. Campbell is not, his field goal percentage is not well so far. Long three on the far side, left wing, and that one is good for Kalen King of Madison. 5:28 on the clock, and Madison leads 27-13. Quickly down the court, Caleb Taylor. Riley thought about the super long three, but he dishes over to Campbell. Drives on the right side, a quick pass to Riley, draws the foul, puts the left-handed layup in the bucket. 5:15 on the clock, and Riley will try to make it a three-point play.
Good find by Campbell. From the right side of the lane down to the left block, just threw a laser, a diagonal pass down to Riley.
That was a Larry Bird type pass, about 600 miles an hour to Noah Riley.
And Riley barely had a hold of it, able to go up and put it up.
If you're an offensive player, you got to be alert at all times when Campbell's on the floor. It could come your way at any given moment. Riley misses the free throw. It remains 27-15. It was short and off the front of the rim. Thomas will be guarded by Taylor, top of the key. Gets around him, but Taylor reaches around the backside, flips the ball out of bounds.
Trojans.
Madison will retain possession with 5:02 left in the second period. Inbound pass to Hooks. Driving the lane is Madison, and he'll kick it out. Long three, once again, this time they finally miss. Donahue fighting for it. It's knocked away by Campbell, but into the arms. Not finally knocked away, and Taylor has it. Dishes over to Campbell, and they'll have possession moving right to left towards their bucket. Campbell on the left wing picks up his dribble, throws it over to Anthony Lauder. A bounce pass to Noah Riley, right wing to Campbell. Making a move toward the bucket, puts it up left-handed, and it rolls off the back of the rim. No good, but he will shoot because he drew the foul.
Campbell had a step on his guy, and does what Campbell does. As soon as he has a step and he has an opening, he's going to go straight to the basket and make the official call the foul. That time he's able to draw it.
Got to make the bucket right here, both of them. Campbell's first shot is off the side of the rim and no good.
I think some of it is Jacob Campbell's probably tired. I mean, he's getting bumped around. He's obviously the main ball handler on this team, and he's just, I think he's kind of winded right now.
It's been a long time since cross-country season.
Exactly.
And he's having to really work tonight so far. Bounces two times. Right-handed shooter is up, and that one is good. 27-16 with 4:27 remaining before half. Long pass in the corner. Thomas will dribble it out and now kick it over to Phillips. He'll switch places. Guarded by Anthony Lauder, and now it's back in the arms of Thomas. Driving the lane, rolls in and rolls out, rebounded by Donahue. Flips it over to Campbell, and they've got to start slowing this thing down a little bit. The starters for Madison are off the floor except, well, I think all of them are at this point. But they're so deep on their bench. Campbell, right elbow shot, jumper. That was an air ball. Madison comes down with it. A lot of crazy dribbling there, no call. In the corner once again, Thomas off the top of the backboard. Rebounded by Madison, put up, no good. Rebounded by Noah Riley, and Campbell will walk it up. 3:31 on the clock before the half. Howe trails 27-16. Campbell mano-a-mano with Raylan King. And now a pass to Caleb Taylor, drives the bucket, draws the foul. Misses the jumper, but he will shoot 2.
Campbell had stopped his dribble. Taylor came toward him and then
Ball on 20,
went toward the basket, and Campbell found him. And good job by Taylor to be aggressive and draw the contact and get to the line.
Taylor only shoots 57% from the line. That first one is no good. In comes Reese once again, and in comes Cade once again. So 2 of the big starters back on the floor for Madison as we enter the final 3.18 in quarter number 2. Taylor's second shot is off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Cade, taking it the other way. Taylor cuts him off. Cade will be at the top of the key. Finds Phillips. Left elbow, stops there, hits Reese at the free throw line. Now underneath, a block, but a foul is going to be called, and that's on Noah Riley again. That's his second early on.
Noah Riley, that's his second.
Well, I'm not saying he didn't get hit, but we've seen fouls called for a lot more than that tonight.
And we've seen no fouls called for worse than that.
Bulldog lineup.
So Chester hits the front end and rims off the back end, rebounded by Campbell. 28-16, 3-minute mark in the second period. Campbell guarded tightly by Thomas. Quick pass to Cooper Jones, top of the key. Campbell makes a move on Thomas. Free throw line jumper is bottom of the net. 28-18, a 10-point game.
For 2.
2:40 on the clock. Cade's going to dribble off of a defender and slow things down at the top of the key. Cade has similar shoes as Campbell. They're a little bit more bright, not bright pink by any means, but they are kind of Valentine color, I guess. Sweethearts, is that what they're called, the little candy, the pink Sweethearts?
Right.
Finally, Taylor comes up on Cade, tries to sweep around the backside for the steal again, and Madison wanted a foul, didn't get it. Cade still dribbling around, trying to burn a lot of time here. 1:54 on the clock. Campbell almost has the steal, and Cade still dribbling. Gets around Campbell, and Taylor's going to foul him right at the free throw line. And Taylor talks to Coach Forsyth with his palms in the air, explaining his case of why he made that foul.
Yeah, because he aggressively came at Cade. So I don't know. I wonder if that was a instruction from Coach Forsyth or not.
Thomas will inbound to Cade. Thought about the three-pointer. Thomas gets around Taylor, and he steps on the line. It's going to be a turnover, and Howe will have possession with $1:39 left to go before the half. Nice
by Taylor to get position and force Chester out of bounds.
Campbell will bring it up uncontested. 1:33, and now we'll see if Howe tries to kill the final minute. Guarded by Cade. Campbell, middle of the lane, makes his way to the bucket, puts it up. The shot is no good, but he does draw the foul. And Campbell's starting to work a little bit inside and getting Madison in a little bit of foul trouble, and you're going to have to do that, but their bench is so deep full of athletes. I don't know if it even matters.
Yeah, they've had different guys go against Campbell, but Campbell is just such a good ball handler. He's able to get into the paint and get into the teeth of that defense and draw a foul.
First shot is no good.
But he's going to have to make some free throws.
He's missed the first free throw on each of his attempts and has hit the second one. Again, I apologize for my voice. I'm not sure I'm going to make it through this thing tonight. Bounces twice. That one's good. So he keeps pattern with what he's done so far in the first half. Misses the first one, makes the second one. 28-19 our score. A minute 15 on the clock. This time it's Phillips. Over to Chester. And now Thomas. And now Cade. Middle of the free throw lane. Reese on the jumper off the glass. No good. But he gets his own rebound. But he's blocked by Donahue. Donahue has to find somewhere to go with it. He does find Campbell, but you're going to have to hurry to get across that line. Long pass back to Jones. Get across the line.
The line, go.
And finally he flips it over to to Campbell, and he does get across the line. Right elbow in the corner to Anthony Louder. It's knocked away by Cade as Louder was trying to bounce pass it to Donahue, who was wide open. But Cade spoiled the easy dunk for Donahue.
Out of bounds, Bulldogs.
So Howe will inbound with 36.2 seconds. A bounce pass inside to Cooper Jones, trying to go up with it, draws the foul. And he draws it on Cade. That's a good one to draw it on if you're going to draw a foul.
As soon as Jones got that ball and the inbound pass, I thought he's going to draw some contact. He's either going to make the shot or get fouled. He did exactly that because he's just, as we talked about, he's a football player playing basketball.
2 dribbles and the first shot off the back of the rim and no good, and Howe cannot buy a free throw tonight, at least consistency.
They lose this game, that's going to be one thing to point to is the lack of free throws being made.
Zeb Montgomery's going to check into the game for Jacob Campbell and give him a breather. Look out here, it's a 9-point game with Campbell coming out with 33 seconds left to go before the half. Cooper Jones' second shot is good. 28-20, an 8-point game as Campbell takes a seat. 28 seconds. Keenan Lawson slowing it down, guarded by Taylor about 5 yards away. 18 seconds, 17, 16. At some point he's going to break, and he does. Headed left in the corner, around the baseline. Jumper off the glass is good for Chester as he just mailed it up there. And now a turnover by Howe. Forsyth very unhappy with the official's call, but Madison will have possession with 3.3. A long three-pointer, and now officials call timeout before the three-pointer was in the air, so there's still officially 3.3 remaining. Whatever Coach Forsyth was arguing about did not change their mind. A long three is good. From about 15 feet behind the arc. It was Raylan King who threw it up right-handed with the buzzer beater to make it a 13-point lead. And now you wonder, at 33 seconds left before the half, was it worth it to bring Campbell out of the game at that time?
I see what he was trying to do, was trying to give Campbell an extra few minutes of rest. But that's a 5-point swing. They went down, they scored the bucket, got the turnover, and then the last three-pointer here at the end of the half. You were down by 8. Now you find yourself down by 13, and that all happened within a few seconds at the end of the first half.
With Campbell on the bench.
Exactly. And I thought if I'm Madison, I'd try to score quickly and try to press with Campbell out and see if I can force a turnover and get the ball back for a second possession, and that happened just like that.
We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll take a breather here because I may need some water.
Yeah.
I may need a breath. This one's very fast-paced. We'll be right back right after this.
Howe Bulldogs basketball is brought to you by Scoggins Funeral Home, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, Independent Financial, GCEC, Sonic of Howe. Also brought to you by Corey Hernandez State Farm, Brother Plumber, Attorney Micah Belden, HIT, Roof and Exteriors, Michelle Carney Photography. Also brought to you by Howe Athletic Booster Club, TechWave, Knight Furniture, Ed Meacham State Farm, the Llama Realty Group. Also brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, Texella Land and Home Realty Team, Rapid Electric.
So by popular demand, we're going to replay the head coach interview with Jay Forsyth that we played in the pregame show. So we have about 8.5 minutes to kill, something like that. We're going to let you listen to that here in just a moment. Let me get everything queued up, and we'll let you listen to head coach Bowtie. And let me get this ready to go, and here we go. Here is our discussion before the game with head coach Jay Forsyth.
Coach, a third straight by district championship, back to back to back. I mean, when you got here, Howe hadn't even won a playoff game in 17 years. It's got to be rewarding for you.
It is. All credit goes to these guys, though. They've bought into a system that was foreign to them and learned how to play basketball the way that I teach it, but they bought into the system, and so that's really the biggest thing is to be excited for is to see a bunch of guys who trusted a North Carolina guy who taught something different than they ever grew up learning. They bought into it, and look what we've done over the past 3-4 years.
So talking about that style of basketball, it's kind of foreign, as you mentioned, but it's a little different this year, a little bit more fast-paced. Talk about that.
It's just a little bit more fast-paced. I mean, that's all it is. It's we push when we can, and when we don't, we still run our stuff. So it's not really any different. I mean, it's different than what we've done here the past few years, but in North Carolina, we average in the 60s and 70s every game, and we ran the same system. So it's just, this year we have the guys that can do that, and it's been fun to watch them put up some points this year.
Thrilling win on Tuesday night against Rains. What was going through your mind when Anthony hit the big three?
How did that go in? To be honest with you, we went back and watched film, and you'll see the Rains guy tipped it. And I'll be honest with you, if he probably hadn't have tipped it, it wouldn't have changed the rotation of the ball, and it probably would not have went in. So thank you, whoever that Rains kid was, that he changed a little bit of the trajectory of the ball. And man, that was so much fun to watch go in.
Dallas Madison 2 years ago put the halt on your first playoff run. They were a really dominant team, ranked first in state that year. This is a little bit different team. How do you match up?
I think it's going to be a good matchup tonight. I told the guys they're very similar to Rains, a little bit more athletic, probably a little bit faster, but very similar to Rains in the way they're going to play, shoot lots of threes, crash the boards, full court press. So I feel like we just played this game, and so if we can keep up with the speed and get back and box out on the defensive end, I think we have a good shot to be right there at the end.
Anybody back home in Georgia, North Carolina area listening tonight?
I know my wife shot it all out all over social media, so a few people hitting like and saying we'll be listening in. I've been so busy I haven't looked to see who it is yet, but I'm sure we'll hear from them, and they'll be tuning in. So, hey, back home, North Carolina and Georgia, cheer us on. Hopefully we can hear you screaming from there, and we'll pull us out tonight.
Bow tie tonight?
Of course, always. It's playoff it's playoff time.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we're back here at Denton Geyer High School in Denton, Texas. I'm Justin White alongside Malin Walker. Monty Walker will be back here in just a little bit. It's halftime here between Dallas Madison and Howe. Madison leads 33-20. That game is here at the half. Malin, I know you're manning the scoreboard here, but did you have any thoughts, anything you saw here in the first half?
Yeah, the two things that really jumped out at me was, one, subbing out Jacob Campbell, especially that late into the second period. I don't know if that was the best decision, but I'm not really a basketball guy, so who knows what I know. But with 33 seconds, they got 5 points up on you. And with your star play, I don't know if that's just the right call.
Yeah, that was interesting call again. I think I know what Coach Forsyth was doing, trying to get the extra rest, but it ended up backfiring on them and ended up extending the lead from 8 points to 13 points here at the half.
What did I miss, guys?
Nothing. Malin was given some
color analysts,
yeah, nice
insight.
Points. Yes, nice insight.
Hey, we heard from Coach Forsyth. Let's hear from Jacob Campbell. We talked to him earlier before the game as well.
Here with four-year starter Jacob Campbell. Jacob, 1,638 points in your career. You're facing a win or you're done. Have you thought about that?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely been in the back of my mind. I try not to think about it, but I've been playing with the name Howe across my chest the last 12 years, so definitely been running through my mind a lot the last couple of days.
What's been the theme this week from Coach Jay Forsyth?
rebound because they like to crash hard, rebound, and try not to let them speed us up because they're a really fast team. They're going to try to play fast. We got to try to slow the game down, and that's really it. Just control the pace of the game.
Is that the key, really? Maybe boxing out, something like that?
Yeah, boxing out because a lot of their points come from easy stuff like that, getting offensive rebounds.
What's it going to take offensively tonight?
Offensively, it's going to take handling their pressure because they're going to be all up on us all night. So not making easy turnovers and just getting through our sets and getting the right shots.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
That was Jacob Campbell, and that was right before the game. Justin White, I think he nailed it as far as be up in their grill, because Campbell has had them up in his grill all night long.
They have made it tough for him all the way down the court. I noticed they haven't pressed as much. I know they pressed toward the end, but they haven't done their usual full-court press. They've kind of just let Campbell inbound and just kind of guard him all the way up the floor. But another thing that Campbell pointed out was offensive rebounding, that was something that Madison was going to be very good at, and they've crashed the boards, and they've got a couple of second-chance opportunities from that tonight.
And they've gotten away. I don't want to keep hindering on this or lingering on the fact, but it doesn't seem like it's been called the same tonight as far as inside the paint. When Howe tries to draw a foul, a lot of times they're not getting the call. And when Madison is trying to draw the foul underneath the bucket, they are getting the call.
Yeah, it feels like Howe is just getting hammered down low and not getting the calls that they want. That's the game we're playing right now, and sometimes they're ticky-tacky and sometimes they let you play, but unfortunately right now it kind of feels like it's not going both ways.
So if you are trying to figure out what the mood is like, at least by looking at the guys that are standing up on the floor, a little solemn right now. It doesn't, that last 33 seconds might have been devastating entering the locker room with that 5-point swing.
It is, and I think how they're going to come out and respond here in the third quarter is going to be huge, because you're down. Actually, it's 33-22. They changed the score here. It was 33-20.
That slipped past me. I don't know what happened.
They gave Howe 2 points.
It was 33-20 at the half. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know what they did.
Huh.
But
Howe scored during the half. That reminds me of a story when we were playing S&S in football my senior year. We set a school record that night, 76-0 over there, and we were at halftime, and as we were coming back out on the field, the PA announcer says, "Well, the score's 50-0. Howe did not score during half."
Yeah, I don't know how got 2 extra points, but right now you'll take it. But as I was saying earlier, you got this right here in the third quarter is how you're going to respond from that big point, that big swing at the end of the first half. If you can come back, kind of keep this thing within 10, I feel like you're still in the ball game. But if it starts to get away from you, this thing may be over quickly.
So Howe now will be shooting at the bucket on our right side. Now we're on the home side. Howe are the visitors.
Trojans.
So all the Howe fans are on the far side. But from our vantage point, they will be moving left to right towards the basketball goal on our right. Just underway here in the third. Cade will bring it out. Top of the key. Dribbling over to the right side. Reese flashed for a moment at high post. Now he'll come out to set a pick on Campbell. Cade's going to dart to the middle of the lane. The jumper is no good, and a foul is called on Jacob Campbell.
Fouls on number 3, Jacob Campbell.
So 3 on 3. Campbell against Cade, and Cade will shoot.
I believe that's the second foul on Campbell.
Spins the ball, does Cade in his hands, and now shoots. And they don't have a problem shooting free throws.
No, they don't. They're pretty proficient at the free throw line.
34-22, a 16-point lead for Madison. Much better than it was 2 years ago at this point. Second shot is also good. Back to a 13-point lead. Inbounds pass from Taylor to Campbell. Back to stolen away. A long pass into the arms of Noah Riley. Now back to Campbell as he crosses the line. 7:20 on the clock. Taylor almost walked with it, but he regains composure on the way to the bucket, draws a foul, or thought he did, went up, made the shot. He bumped into the defender trying to draw the foul, and then he didn't, so he went up and made the shot anyway.
Kind of an awkward-looking shot, but he got to go in.
35-24, an 11-point game. 7:06 on the clock here in the third. All the way to the other end, off the glass, and good. Off is Philip Thomas, the second.
Here's that press we've all heard about from Madison.
Riley, a long pass to Donahue outside the three-point arc. Jacob Campbell with a long three. Is the soup in the microwave?
He's got 14 points so far.
He's clearly in the microwave. Turn the sucker on. Let's go. Thomas throws in the corner to Morgan Collins. Now to Reese inside, who throws up a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar hook shot. And that one's good. A 12-point lead for Madison. Louder, far corner, a pass gets away to Noah Riley. Now Thomas will take it up the far side of the court. Dishes in the corner, long three, front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Taylor into the arms of Noah Riley. Dribbles once, picks it up to Campbell. Now down to Anthony Louder. Long pass across to Taylor, and now Campbell will set it up. Over to Taylor, right wing. Fake the pass to Campbell, the cutter. Missed the pass to Riley. Taylor's going to take it himself, air ball. And here's Thomas with a long pass all the way down to Morgan Collins. And the layup is good. It's 41-27. Inbound to Anthony Louder, back to Jacob Campbell. Middle of the court to Noah Riley, back to Anthony Louder. Louder will shoot it to Riley, top of the key, back to Campbell, left wing. Guarded by Morgan Collins. 5:24 on the clock in the third. 14-point lead for Madison. Taylor inside to Donahue, goes up off the glass and good. If you just feed him, that will happen a lot.
You need to do that more often. Donahue got the size.
They just don't feed him enough. Madison with Thomas at the top of the key, guarded by Taylor. Thomas dribbling left-handed on his way to the bucket. A Euro step and a right-handed layup on the left side of the bucket. Here's Taylor inbounds to Campbell. 43-29, double team on Campbell. He beats his way through it. Top of the key, Thomas bumps into him, no call. Campbell 1-on-5, dishes it over to Donahue, who puts it in on the runner. Here goes Thomas quickly down the court. A jump three, and that's good. And they continue to nail threes over and over and over again. A pass from Louder to Campbell is stolen, and that frustrates Campbell.
You need a timeout here.
Timeout has been called. It's all Madison right now, and that pass was not good from Louder to Campbell, and Campbell is visibly upset. And Louder is upset at Campbell. Those two are very visibly not happy with each other.
I know. They're on separate ends of the bench right now. Coach Forsyth has got to kind of gather the troops and calm everybody down. We didn't see the full court press that Madison is so known for in the first half as much. We're seeing it now, and the Bulldogs are starting to crumble. And it doesn't help that on the offensive end, Madison is starting to hit threes.
Well, when the pass was inbound from Louder to Campbell, and it was a bounce pass that was stolen, Campbell immediately was visibly upset with Louder about the pass. And there was some talking about it, and as they were walking off the court for the timeout, Louder was pointing at Campbell, talking to Forsyth, basically saying, I don't want to listen to him. That's what it appeared anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure of the game, the pressure of the defense was starting to get to the Bulldogs.
It's a 17-point lead for Madison with 4:14 remaining in the third. Same five come out. Taylor, Campbell, Louder, Riley, and Donahue.
I think if you want a chance to be in this game by the fourth quarter, you need to be within 10 points.
Taylor, middle of the court, Dribbling, has it stolen away. No, he regains it somehow. Louder, a pass to Donahue. That one's an errant throw also, as Reese steals it away. 3 for Cade, left corner, off the front of the rim, no good, but right there to rebound was Morgan Collins. Went up, no call. Long shot by King, just inside the arc. That's a 2-pointer. 50-31. Madison extends their lead to 19. A lob pass from Taylor to Riley, and now Louder has it on the far side. A bounce pass to Taylor. Back to Louder. Dribbling and a pass inside to Donahue. Puts it up, sinks it, draws the foul. Keep feeding Parker Donahue.
He's the tallest guy on the court. He's got single coverage down low. He's getting good position on his guy. Feed the man the ball.
That's his second.
3:29 on the clock.
The thing is, you're drawing fouls and you're able to get a chance to go to the free throw line and score points while the clock is stopped.
Donahue's free throw is short, but Noah Riley rebounds. Long 3 by Campbell. Back of the rim and no good. Quickly down, a long pass, and it's stolen or flipped out of the arms of Reese by Campbell, and it goes out of bounds. A nice job by Campbell there to get his paw on the ball and knock it out.
Yeah, because Reese was having a straight line to the basket, and Campbell able to knock it away.
Cade to inbound. Finds Thomas, who shoots the 3, and he's fouled by Taylor. He will shoot 3 shots.
Foul called on 10. Caleb Taylor, his second.
And Thomas has 10 points already tonight.
You don't send these guys to the free throw line.
No.
51-33, 3:15 remaining in the third period. Second shot is also good.
Jaron Chester.
It reminds me of that 80s song, He's Automatic.
Yeah. He is right now. Chance to put him up by 20 with this free throw.
Thomas's third shot is automatic. 20-point lead for the Trojans of Madison. Inbound Taylor to Louder. Taylor dribbles it across, picks up his dribble, finds Noah Riley, top of the key, has it stolen away from him. Foul is going to be called on Jaron Chester for reaching in to steal that ball away from Riley.
Fouls on 10.
Trying to stick his hand in the cookie jar. He got caught.
His second. Out of bounds,
It's
Bulldogs.
his second foul of the evening. Taylor inbounds, throws it to Campbell. Makes a move on baseline, cut off there. Still dribbling, turnaround jumper, no good, not even close. Reese going the other way, a long pass to Cade. Overshot him, but he somehow gets the long pass and he sets it up. Top of the key to Morgan Collins, back over to Cade. Looks at Louder like he said something to Louder. No expression and no response from Louder. Left-handed dribbling by Cade, trying to get around Louder. Cut off. High post to Reese. Right side. A little jumper by Morgan Collins is going to be brought down by Reese. Puts it back up. Gets his own rebound. Gets another rebound. Blocked again by Donahue. It goes out of bounds. A hard foul. And Donahue was hit hard by the shoulder of Jaron Chester. There's all of that and no call. But Howe does have possession.
From either way, but Howe got it.
20-point lead by Madison. Campbell dribbles behind his back to get away, and a foul's going to be called. A loose ball foul against Devontae Morgan Collins as Noah Riley set the screen and was knocked down by Morgan Collins.
That's his third.
Madison doesn't have a lot of size, but their guards are so fast and so quick, and they're aggressive on defense.
Taylor long inbound to Noah Riley on the far side of the court. Now to Campbell to set it up against Morgan Collins. Riley top of the key. He's got a dribble, didn't take it. Taylor inside, Parker Donahue. He draws the foul and puts in the bucket.
Parker Donahue.
Feed that young man.
I don't know what we're waiting on.
Number 10.
Keep feeding him.
Chester.
Getting him the ball. He's got 8 on tonight.
Obviously, Madison is going to give you one thing tonight, and that's going to be Parker Donahue down low.
Now Donahue's got to make his shots, make his free throws.
Donahue toes the line, bounces twice, right-handed shooter. That one's long off the right side of the rim, rebounded by Taylor, but it gets away from him, and he's going to be picked up for a foul. As he, I believe, did he get a foul? No.
No foul. Just
no foul call.
Called out of bounds on Taylor.
Morgan Collins, and now a timeout's been called by Madison. And with 1:44 left to go in the third, Madison clinging to an 18-point lead. Frustration abound with the Bulldogs.
It really is. But Parker Donahue's been the bright spot so far. He's been able to steal off his man and get good position down low and be able to go to the line. Can't make a free throw. But unfortunately, you can't match tit for tat with Madison. You're going to have to get some defensive stops.
It's almost like a prize fight.
It really is.
Where if the Bulldogs land one big, huge punch, they get 15 quick jabs right back before they can get one more big punch. And it's just wearing them out.
And the fact that Madison is so deep, we talked about their bench. They could probably, what do you think, 9, 10 deep, 8, 9 deep? And Howe goes 6.
Deep and athletic. Athletes.
All over.
So Thomas up to Cade, now over to Morgan Collins. Excuse me, back to Cade. And now a loose ball foul, I believe, has been called.
Fouls on number 10, Caleb Taylor.
Taylor picks up his third foul. Thomas, top of the key, guarded by Taylor. Reese tried to set a pick. Taylor went around him. Still slowing it down is Thomas. Setting up the offense, raises his left hand up with a finger in the air. Cade goes to the left wing with the ball. Guarded by Campbell, he'll dribble up to the top now. He'll bring up one of the offensive players for a pick. Here's a long shot by Thomas for 3, no good. Madison fighting over the offensive rebound, lands in the arms of Cade, who puts it off the glass, and that's good. Under a minute left in the third. Passing through the press is Howe down the court quickly. Taylor over to Riley. Riley double team, throws it inside to Taylor, but it's stolen away. Reese going the other way. In the corner, long 3, no good, rebounded by Riley, the team's leading rebounder. Long pass from Louder inside to Donahue, misses the runner, and here goes Madison the other way. Thomas. They had it stolen or flipped away by Taylor, and Anthony Louder saves it back to Campbell. 8 seconds, 7, 6. Campbell with a long pass to Riley, has it flipped away. Another long shot off the back of the glass. No good as Madison almost capitalized there on the steal from Riley.
Helter-skelter there at the end of the third quarter. A lot of 50-50 balls. Balls are just tipped around or going in the favor of Madison.
Playing against Madison is like trying to catch a cat.
It really is. I mean, I think you compared it a couple of years ago. It's like, especially with their defense, it's like when a dog's trying to chase you and you're trying to get away, and you've always got somebody coming at you on the defense.
You just can't get away from them.
So
there's like 16 chihuahuas right at their ankles at all times.
And again, they got Brandon Reese is listed at 6'4". He's the tallest guy out there. Rajon King's listed at 6'3". I'm not sure they're that tall. But a lot of them are 5'10", 5'11", 5'9", and they're just quick.
It seems as if Howe is playing against 7 defenders at times.
It really does. I know. It feels like there's a lot more guys than 5 on the floor.
Just about ready for the fourth quarter action as Howe is down by 20.
And offensively, Madison is not necessarily a bunch of one-on-one. They've got ball movement, and they screen and motion and everything like that. But they're always looking for the open 3. And they've done a pretty good job of pump faking and sometimes are able to hit that mid-range shot.
Howe will have possession to start the fourth. A flip over to Campbell from Taylor, and the fourth quarter is underway. Top of the key to Riley. Now over right wing to Louder. Pass to Taylor, driving the paint, kicks it out to Louder for three. Bottom of the net. That will help. If you're going to come back, it's going to start with something like that. Louder, the hero Tuesday night. Maybe he'll be the hero again tonight with a big three right there. A pass inside, stolen by Caleb Taylor. And here goes Howe the other way. Anthony Louder again from the corner. This one no good for three. Thomas with some fancy dribbling. Taylor trying to steal the ball from behind all night long. And now I think Louder's going to be called for a foul. Or is it?
Fouls on 11.
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah, it's going to be Louder.
It's his second. Kalen Cade.
So Cade will check
returns to the
back in
Trojan lineup.
for Darius Hooks. And Cade will control it, guarded by Campbell. 7:14 on the clock. Those are the two best athletes on the court. Mano a mano. Cade dribbles through the lane. Jumper on the run, no good. Riley tries to get the rebound, but it goes off of his fingertips out of bounds. And Madison will retain possession under the bucket.
Out of bounds.
It says Wildcats on the floor, painted on the floor, and he'll be throwing it in from the A in Wildcats. Taylor trying to steal the ball from Thomas. A quick pass to Reese. Inside and up. It's going to be a good shot by Garen Chester off the glass. Howe quickly down the court. Louder right wing, flips it over to Campbell in the corner, double teamed. Inside to Caleb Taylor. He drives inside, puts the layup up. There's two back, but it's still a 17-point lead for Madison with 6:35 left to go. Thomas guarded by Taylor. Top of the key on the right side. Three officials tonight, as Thomas will flip over to Cade. Guarded by Louder. He'll drive inside, get around Louder, shoots an air ball, rebounded by Cooper Jones. Jones in for Caleb, not Taylor, he's in for Donahue. Campbell finds Louder in the corner, far corner, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Thomas. A dart pass inside to Morgan Collins, who puts up a reverse layup and draws the foul.
Morgan Collins.
Wow.
He fouls on three, Jacob Campbell.
Transition
His
bucket
second.
for Madison.
Ray John King.
Campbell picks up his
checks in
second
for
foul.
Madison.
He was not happy about it. Slow clapping, in fact. I think describing how he got the ball, perhaps. 19-point lead. Make it 20 because they don't ever miss a free throw. Campbell, a long pass to Taylor. 5:49 left to go, and perhaps the career of Jacob Campbell and the rest of the seniors. Cooper Jones tries to drive baseline, cut off and stolen away, but a foul is going to be called on Raylon King.
Fouls on zero, Ray John King. His first.
Ray John King, sorry. My apologies to the King family. Campbell inbounds to Jones. Nowhere to go with 1 foot in the paint. Kicks it out to Taylor, drives baseline, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Reese. Taylor was also knocked out of bounds with the ball in his hand. Campbell finds Taylor in the corner, runs the baseline, puts it up off the glass, and that's good. Taylor having a good night offensively.
6 points on the night.
18-point lead for Madison. Thomas, top of the key, will slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to try to bleed some of this clock out.
Thomas will finally drive the bucket, kick it over to Reese, who easily puts it in. 20-point lead again.
For two.
Louder to Campbell, under 5 minutes remaining. Guarded by King. As Madison is starting to rotate pretty quickly with their players, using that deep bench. Here's Campbell for three. Needed that. 17-point lead. Thomas again will try to slow it down, but Taylor is up on him pretty tight. He just rolls right past him. The runner in the middle of the layup is good.
They're just too quick. They're just so quick.
Pass to Louder, trying for what looked like a cornerback interception was Morgan Collins, who I bet can play cornerback. Knocks it out of bounds and knocks down Anthony Louder for a moment.
Got calls for the foul, I believe.
Checks in for the Trojans. Out of bounds, Bulldogs.
So Chester will check out. Taylor looking to go somewhere with the inbounds, and it was again picked off, if you will, this time by Rajon King, who threw a behind-the-back pass, and it looked like it went off Louder.
I thought it did too.
Howe's going to retain possession.
He intercepted, tried to knock it off Louder. I thought he did.
They have a lot of interceptions tonight, do they not? Noah Riley thought about the three, into the arms of Campbell, driving the left side of the lane. Left-handed layup's good. Off the glass. 17-point lead for Madison.
Jacob Campbell is not going to go quietly into the night on his last game, possibly his last game.
Into the corner, Rajon King for three, no good. Rebounded, however, by Madison. Another long three launched, and this one is an air ball. Noah Riley rebounds it, and as he's going out of bounds, tries to throw it off a Madison player, and that was unsuccessful. Here goes Howe because it landed into Cooper Jones's arm. Jones for three. Rolls in, rolls out. Rebounded by Thomas. A rare three-point attempt by Jones, who played linebacker and knocked down Rajon King. He absolutely just stood there like a brick wall, and Rajon King went down.
He almost depleted him. It was like a linebacker hitting a wide receiver and knocking him down.
That was like Roy Williams.
Jones is first.
Jones picks up the foul. It's a 17-point lead by Madison.
He smiled about it. He knew he got called for the foul.
Again, Taylor tries to steal it from behind. It ends in the arms of Riley, who has it go away from him, but the loose ball is grabbed by Campbell. And a quick foul is called on Rajon King, and he picks up a technical. He was unhappy about the foul call, and it perhaps Jacob Campbell is wearing on Madison a little bit.
Yeah, King was very aggressive with Campbell. They got called for the foul, and Campbell may have said something, and got Rajon King kind of wound up, and King got called for the foul.
Credit the official who saw it immediately after the foul and raced up to King, said something to him. King said something back, and then the T came out.
Yeah. It was almost like the second person always gets called.
So if you're going to send in anybody to the line for Howe on a technical foul, you're going to send Jacob Campbell out.
Yes. Because Campbell struggled at the line tonight.
Well, they're going to send Noah Riley out.
Noah Riley, okay.
Okay.
Well, Riley and Campbell are both 76% free throw shooters.
Right. Well, that's true. And Riley hit a big one against, I guess, the first round matchup. Two huge. Oh, it's against. It might have been against Blue Ridge, or it might have been last week. I forget. All these games are running together. But Noah Riley hit some big free throws down the stretch.
Well, that puts you down within 15. You haven't been like that since early third quarter.
Taylor to inbound, but we're waiting on the officials having a discussion right now. Walking over to the scorer's table, and an official timeout has been called. Any idea what's going on there, Justin?
I don't.
Timeout.
At this point, everybody may need to just regroup.
Maybe that's what it was, because I didn't see who called the timeout officially.
And they never announced who called the timeout.
So either way, both teams will take it, but probably a good time for both teams to take it, just to kind of breathe and calm down here, because emotions were getting kind of high. there for a few minutes.
So, you know, Madison is really known for not bringing a big crowd.
Mm-hmm.
They got a good one here tonight.
They got a pretty good size one. Yeah.
I think they're not matching Howe's crowd, but pretty dang close.
It is, yeah. Yeah, we had them in football a couple years ago, and they did not.
And we did the Madison Van Alstyne playoff game, I think it's what it was, and
Yeah.
they had like 5 people
right.
in the stands.
And won that game.
Yeah. So many athletes over there at Dallas Madison.
And I noticed when Rajon King got that technical, Tracy Flintroy, the head coach, immediately went over there and got King and kind of pulled him away and put him on the bench.
He remains on the bench here. Taylor inbounds to Campbell. Guarded tightly, trying to get across the line, and does. What? Another foul called against Madison. That's the young man, we can't pronounce his name.
Foul called on 25.
Ndehim Bays.
Cameron Braddock's.
That's our attempt anyway.
The Day and Bays, I guess. I don't know.
So Campbell will go to the line with 3:05 remaining in the game. Howe down by 15.
You got the 2 free throws, and you got the ball back, and now you get a chance to go to the free throw line and shoot while the clock is stopped.
And he made the front end. I believe that's the first time tonight.
He's got 20 on tonight.
Hits the back end as well. 1,659 points for Campbell's career now. Campbell's going to be picked up for a foul as he was guarding Thomas pretty tightly, which is ironic because they've guarded Howe so tightly all night long.
I was trying to listen. Is that his 4th foul or 3rd foul?
I think it's his 3rd.
Okay.
Cade will bring it down. Thomas and Campbell almost picked up his 4th right there. Cade dribbles out near midcourt around Anthony Louder, who's going to get called for a block. Cade just kind of ran over Louder, but Louder wasn't set.
Foul called on 11. Anthony Louder. That's his 3rd.
We've talked about they're a pretty good free throw shooting team. As Cade goes to the line.
It's a 13-point lead for Madison, and the only way they can really squabble this lead as they hit another free throw is by losing their cool and doing something really dumb. Back to a 14-point lead, 65-51. 2:43 left. Second shot, of course, is automatic. Riley inbounds to Campbell, who quickly finds Taylor on the far side. Back to Campbell. Crosses midcourt. 2:35 left. Riley top of the key. Pass is picked off again by Reese, but he stepped out of bounds. Lots of wild passes tonight. Lots of turnovers by Howe.
You can't have lazy passes against this quick Madison team.
Taylor finds Cooper Jones, who finds Campbell. Back to Taylor, right wing, with his back to the goal. Inside to Campbell, a turnaround jumper off the back of the rim. And that one's good. 66-53 as Campbell will toe the line again. 3-point play opportunity.
Campbell with a nice give and go. Campbell the recipient of the go.
Morgan Collins again touches the floor as Campbell makes it a 3-point play and a 12-point game. 2:19 left. Cade trying to penetrate the lane. Reese does on a sweet dish inside, and it's back to 14. Another errant pass is stolen by Reese. Cade, a long pass inside. The shot is no good, but a foul is called. It may be on Campbell. If it's on Campbell, it's his 4th. That was Garen Chester.
The foul called on 3, Jacob Campbell. That's his 4th.
So Garen Chester, of course, hits his free throw. And I can almost guarantee you he's going to hit another one.
Trying to put the broadcaster jinx on him. It didn't work.
Under 2 minutes remaining. Campbell guarded by Morgan Collins. Goes around the ghost pick of Noah Riley to Taylor left wing. Tries to get around Thomas. Baseline, trapped underneath. And a turnover is going to be charged against Taylor underneath the bucket.
Dallas Madison.
And here comes Cade walking it up the floor with 1:39. Gets across half court, guarded by Taylor. Last minute and a half of the career of the seniors. Thomas over in the corner, bodies everywhere as Taylor's on the floor. Louder was on the floor.
Well, this boy Howe's trying to play aggressive defense.
Two officials are trying to call two different calls.
10, Caleb Taylor, that's his fourth.
Caleb Taylor is going to be called. And Madison misses a free throw.
But that's the first, maybe second one they've missed tonight.
Philip Thomas was at the line. He still is. He'll have another shot as it's 70-54. Howe put up a good fight tonight against a very scrappy Dallas Madison team. He makes the back end, making it 71-54.
Roderick Wilson.
1:24 left.
Jones.
I think Coach Flintroy, the head coach for Madison, is starting to empty the bench here.
Keitron Phillips checks in for the Trojans.
All the starters are making their exit as Taylor inbounds to Campbell. 1:21 left. Campbell down the right wing. Looking inside for Cooper Jones. In the corner to Caleb Taylor. Now they feed Jones inside. Turn around. Ball gets away into the arms of Madison, and Jones ties it up. Zeb Montgomery into the game. Right now, all seniors are on the floor for the Howe Bulldogs.
Dallas Madison.
Zeb Montgomery, Cooper Jones, Caleb Taylor, Noah Riley, and Jacob Campbell in their final minute of their career. Campbell, of course, will go on to play somewhere. Hasn't committed that I know of. But he's probably, maybe, possibly the only one of the seniors that will go on to play at the next level. Possibly Noah Riley. Fancy dribbling. Kick it out in the corner. Madison just trying to kill the clock. The runner inside. That one's good for Morgan Collins to make it 73-54, a 19-point lead for Madison. Final 25 seconds. Campbell across the line to Noah Riley. Riley over to Taylor, up to Zeb Montgomery. Over to Campbell, right wing. Looking inside. Campbell's going to shoot a three off the back of the rim, no good. That would have been a nice way to end his career.
The foul's on number 2.
But a foul is called against Keitron Phillips. And Campbell will toe the line. He'll shoot three here as he hits the first one. What are we up to on Campbell?
25 points tonight. Chance to get...
Started with 16:38 for his career tonight. Second shot is also good. "11 seconds remaining in this game. Campbell will have one more shot. Will this be the final shot of the four-year starter, Jacob Campbell? 11 seconds left.
You got to tell emotionally, his body language, he knows it's...
Final shot, possibly by Jacob Campbell at the free throw line, is good. 8 seconds. Madison dribbles down. They're just going to try and kill the clock here. 3, 2, 1. And the Howe Bulldogs season comes to an end with a 20-10 record and another trip to the area championship for back-to-back-to-back seasons. Jacob Campbell bends over and stares at the floor for a moment, and red-faced and all gets in line to shake hands with Dallas Madison.
Great season by the Bulldogs. Great season by Jacob Campbell. Great career by Jacob Campbell.
Campbell gives a little brother hug to Cade as they battled it out all night. More hugs coming from Dallas Madison coaches to Jacob Campbell.
I think
you can tell the respect.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah.
Appreciate your attendance. Please drive safely.
These teams, I think Madison.
He even gets a hug from the police officer. When's the last time you seen a Campbell get a hug from a police officer?
I'm not touching that one. But I think they, respect. Both teams respect each other. Campbell played a heck of a game. And Madison, obviously, they recognize that.
Still more players from Madison coming over to talk to Campbell. Getting hugs, and you can see the tears starting to flow. Now he gets a hug from Michelle Carney. And again, we haven't mentioned it tonight. We want to thank Michelle Carney for all she does, traveling to all the games and all sports, taking pictures of all the kids, and has done for well over 10 years. Mm-hmm. But the final exit as Campbell has left the building, and Madison's about to take their picture here. And unfortunately, the area championship team photo will not be taken by Michelle Carney.
And Dallas Madison, I believe, will take on Ponder.
They will.
And Ponder.
What a matchup that'll be.
Ponder beat them last year, so Madison, and I'm sure, will have revenge on the mind.
Ponder beat Gunner by 30. By
Ponder,
28, I believe. Ponder, yeah.
Yeah, Ponder's a good. That's a good basketball school. A lot of basketball history there.
Well, any final thoughts?
You ran into an athletic team, and you kind of knew what you're going to get. They were going to be fast, they're going to be quick, they're going to be aggressive, and they're as advertised. It doesn't seem like they're as good as the Madison teams in the past, but they're still really good. Still really well-coached team. Coach Flintroy is in his first year here at head coach, but they got a real good team. They got a chance to go really far in the playoffs.
Well, from top to bottom, from starters to the last man on the bench, there's not that big of a difference.
There really isn't. And then Howe, you got Coach Forsyth has, got this team to the playoffs the last 3 years, and it'll be interesting to see what they look like next year. Without Jacob Campbell, I mean, he is 95% of their offense, it feels like, just being able to handle the ball. He is the ball handler.
You still have Dunkahoo.
You still got Dunkahoo coming back.
And you've got Anthony Lauder coming back, but Talon Haley, who saw very little action, and Braden Ulmer, who saw very little action, will be coming back, and that's it. So a complete rebuilding year for Jay Forsyth.
He'll have his work cut out for him, definitely, next season.
Malin, final thoughts?
It was a great experience to see my class, the people that I've grown up with all my life, really my family, and their final game. It's really an honor. It is,
I know you spent a lot of time in the youth with Jacob Campbell and Cooper Jones and Zeb, and especially Noah. What do you think's going through Noah's mind right now?
A lot.
Yeah.
Knowing him. Yeah. A lot's going through.
Probably a lot of emotion.
A lot.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank Malin Walker for running our scoreboard tonight. I want to thank Justin White, as usual, for the dynamic color analysis that he always provides. For everyone who's been a part of this one, Jacob Campbell, what did we total before we leave?
27 points.
27 plus 16, 38 is math.
16.
Whatever that is. What did we say? 1658.
Is it 1638?
1665.
Exactly. There's the math guy.
1665. There you go. Final numbers for Jacob Campbell for his career. Only trailing. Now my mind decides to go out on me.
Is it Mangrum?
No, it was Dwayne Emmons.
Yes.
Dwayne Emmons. Prolific scorer in the mid-90s.
thank you for allowing all this to happen. You put all this thing together and get the interviews. So I know the Howe community and the Bulldog community, they really appreciate you doing this. So,
You know, Jay Forsyth is an interview right up there with Jason Todd, I think. You know, that's a
oh yeah,
pretty good interview. Him and his brown bow tie and all.